welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we tell you all the latest updates of the stock markets, help you understand which are the stocks and sectors that are in focus today, and a strategy that you as investors should follow in the markets and the current trading setup as well. Joining us will also be a very special guest for the day who will help us understand the market outlook. But first up, a quick check of the markets at this point in time. Well, at halftime, you're seeing the markets up in the green, almost at the high point of the day, 62,440 for the Sensex. It's up by 310 odd points. Also, when you talk about the Nifty, it's rising up 75 odd points. 18,574 is the current level. 0.4% of an uptick can you see on the Nifty index as well. So what's pulling up the index? Well, it's the Nifty Bank that's shining bright as well. 0.5% uptick for that one. Amidst that is the PSU Banks that continues its upward run, up over 2% as well. Apart from this, the private banks and the financial services also moving higher in trade in today's trading action. The autos have actually moved up higher in trade today. Auto sector moving up by 0.6%. Apart from this, you're also seeing some slight gains really coming in on the IT pack, which was seen dragging yesterday. 0.7% of an uptick can actually be seen on that index too. What's still in the red and down and out right here, it's the realty stocks that are down by 0.7%. About slight declines coming in on the FMCG pack. The metals pack also seeing some kind of cuts today, and the pharma index absolutely flat with a negative bias in today's trading action. But the advanced decline ratio does suggest that the markets are favored towards the bulls at this point. Among the 50 stocks of the Nifty, 34 stocks are seen advancing, whereas 14 stocks are still in the red zone. Among the gainers today, you do have Bajaj Finance up by 2% odd. M&M, HCL Technologies up by 1.5% each. Apart from this, you also have Tata Motors that's up by 1.2%. Of course, the big focus will also be on the Tata Group stocks after that big news update as well. But let's quickly welcome our guest for the day. Hemang Jani joins us. He's the equity strategist and senior group VP at Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Welcome, Hemang, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Well, first up, your outlook on the stock markets. We saw the comfortable inflation data number coming about yesterday. Perhaps that has aided the sentiment. We also got positive global cues across the globe yesterday, but do you see this momentum sustaining? Because we've seen continuous volatility throughout the month of December so far.
Thank you so much, Sakshi, for having me. I think our market has remained quite resilient for the past almost about 10 months now. And we think that given the weakness in the crude oil price and certain commodity prices, you will start to see the improvement in the margin for majority of the sectors like cement, auto, FMCG, specialty chemicals. So that is definitely boding well for overall market as well as those specific sectors. And maybe next 2 weeks as we are entering the December period where people are in holiday mood and
Yeah.
FIIs typically remain absent, you may see a bit of a dull phase. But from a medium to long term perspective, I think because of this margin expansion potential that we have, we continue to have a positive bias for both Nifty and Sensex.
Okay, well, we're going to be focusing on the Tata Group because there is big news flow that's come in yesterday. We've seen that another Tata Group IPO is coming, and that's coming after 18 years. You know, Tata Motors has said that its board has now given an in-principle approval for the partial disinvestment of the company's investment in Tata Technologies through the IPO route, and this will be the first IPO from the diversified conglomerate since the tech behemoth came, TCS, back in 2004, and also the first under the tenure of Tata Group Chairman N. Chandrasekaran as well. So that's where our focus is as of now. Hemang, I want to start off by asking you, your first thoughts on this news update and what does it really mean for the group as a whole?
So I think important development, and we need to look at this from two aspects. One is that for Tata Motors, what does it mean, and the shareholders of Tata Motors, and B, general public at large who want to participate in the IPO market. What kind of an opportunity this IPO presents. So talking about Tata Motors, I think clearly the chairman had outlined that the company would look out for opportunities to reduce the debt and unlock value for shareholders. And as part of that exercise, I think they've thought that this is the right time to go for an IPO, wherein the company has about 72.48% stake, and a very interesting kind of a space that the company is operating in. And given the appetite for good quality IPO, that too coming from Tata Group in a technology space where again it's a niche segment where they look at the embedded system, the automotive services, and the entire e-R&D space. That is a space where there is a lot of appetite, and we think that this means that there is going to be a good amount of appetite for a stock like this. So both Tata Motor, we think that it will definitely help in certain way where they are trying to bring down the debt.
Hmm.
Secondly, from a investor perspective, coming from Tata Group, people would definitely be looking forward to it. Great space to be in. Companies growing at a good rate. Last year, they grew their revenue by almost about 48%. Their operating profit by 62%. Operating profit margins are about 18.5%. So overall, I think there is going to be a win-win for the normal retail investors as well as for the Tata Group shareholders.
Right. So, are you also excited personally about this IPO? Does it look like a promising one from Tata's stable as well? I mean, looking at historically how the Tata Group stocks have performed, this could well be a big opportunity for all the investors who are looking at technology as a space to invest.
I like the space that they are operating in. I like their performance. We need to really wait and see what pricing do they come out with, because typically Tatas are known to leave a lot of stuff for the retail investors, and I hope they will leave enough for the retail investors to participate in. The
Hmm.
appetite is good, no doubt. Last few days, the technology space has gone through a bit of a lull because of certain companies saying that the guidance may be a little muted. But I
Yeah.
think from a medium to long term perspective, don't see much of an issue over there.
Hmm. And as the auto space as a whole, how do you really see Tata Motors really coming about? We just saw this news flash coming in that they're going to be raising the prices of commercial vehicles starting January 2023 as well. So, for both their financials and for the auto space as a whole, what is your outlook for 2023?
Auto space, we have a positive outlook, and we like the passenger vehicle. We like Maruti and Mahindra.
Hmm.
Ashok Leyland from the CV space we like. Tata Motors is a bit tricky one because of
Yeah.
the kind of exposure that they have across JLR, many other continents that they are operating in. So
Hmm.
it could be a little bit high beta name, but we do have a positive view even on Tata Motors at this point of time.
But could this IPO really give that kind of a leg up to the Tata Motors stock going forward from here? Could it lessen the kind of stickiness that we've seen across the company's portfolios and the problems that we've seen with Tata Motors, which has not really worked in the past for the stock as well?
So, from a Tata Motor SOTP perspective, the impact that this particular IPO could have could be to the tune of about 27 rupees per share, and on a percentage base, that would work out to about 6.5 to 7%. So, not a very large impact,
Hmm.
but definitely there is going to be some sentiment uplift that one can really see in Tata Motors.
Okay. Just Hemang, stay on with us. Tanya Aneja is with us, and she has done a little bit of research as to how the Tata Group stocks have performed through this year entirely. And let's see the list of those stocks that have outperformed as well right here. Tanya, take it away.
Absolutely, Sakshi. So basically, Tata Group has 28 listed firms, and these companies have delivered a good amount of return to investors in the last 3 years. However, only a few companies have managed to deliver in the last 1 year, and we'll discuss about them as well. But among 2 dozen listed Tata Group stocks, only one stock has managed to deliver around 100% return in 2022. And no, I'm not talking about Indian Hotels. The company is an associate of Indian Hotels, and that is Oriental Hotels. So this stock has managed to deliver around 100% return in 1 year. And Indian Hotels and other Tata Group companies own a 39% stake in this hotel chain.
Hmm.
Experts also believe that revenues and operating profits for Oriental Hotels are likely to witness healthy improvement on a full year basis in FY 2023. Also, the revenue growth momentum is expected to sustain going forward with a healthy demand outlook for the hotel industry. Next, we have Banaras Hotels on our list, 76% return in 1 year. in 2022 so far. And then we have Indian hotels as well. Now, this stock has delivered over 63% in the last 1 year, and the company has adopted a rapid expansion path. It said that it is on track to achieve its targeted portfolio of a total of 300 hotels by 2025. On number four, we have Tata Investment Corporation Limited, and this stock has also delivered around 52% return in the last 1 year. And the company is engaged in the business of investment in listed and unlisted equity shares, debt instruments, and mutual fund companies in a wide range of industries. We also have Trent Limited on our list. Now, this stock has delivered over 39% return in 2022 so far. Now, Trent is the retail arm of the Tata Group, and experts have maintained their bullish stance on this particular stock because of the strong execution capabilities by Westside, a ramp up in overall performance, and a strong liquidity position as well. We also have Tejas Networks, and if you see the performance of this stock is up over 38% in 1 year and over 330% in 2 years, in the last 2 years. Now, this Tata Group company manufactures equipment for building telecommunication networks, and it also reported significant progress on homegrown 4G and 5G stacks working with BSNL. Tata Elxsi is also on our list. Now, this stock has delivered over 13% return in 1 year, and long-term investors have made big gains by investing in this stock because it has zoomed over 5,600% in the last 10 years. And the numbers for the second quarter also demonstrate the growth sustaining going forward as well. We also have Tinplate. Now, this particular stock is up over 500% in the last 10 years and over 14% in the last 1 year. Now, Tinplate is a subsidiary of Tata Steel, and Tata Steel has a 75% stake in this particular company. Next, Tata Chemicals. It is up over 100% in the last 2 years and 10% in the last 1 year. Now, this Tata Group's chemical arm reported nearly threefold rise in profit to 628 crore rupees. And last but not the least, we also have Titan on our
Right.
list. Now, jewelry stocks have actually managed to hog the limelight amid the ongoing festive and wedding season. And the
Right.
recently concluded quarter has been yet another positive one for Titan. The stock is up over 9% in 1 year, 214% in the last 5 years, and over 700% in the last 10 years. Back to you.
Okay, thanks Tanya for all that research that you've done. Hemang, I wanted to take your view here. None of the top rung companies have really given like substantial returns this year, you know, a TCS or a Tata Motors, Tata Power, Tata Steel, none of them were there in the list, you know. Your thoughts on the Tata Group stocks, where are you really positive on from here on if investors are really going to be looking at making some of the stocks into their portfolio? Where would you be betting on?
So, Sakshi, Tata Group is very big group, and you have companies, across many sectors. So, for retail investors, if they are looking out for some consistent gains with low volatility, I would say that TCS, Titan, Indian Hotels, are the good names to go with, including Trent, where we see some sort of, sustainable growth over the next 3 to 5 years. And if somebody is looking out for high beta and a little bit of a commodity play also, then probably you can look at Tata Motor and Tata Steel also. Because these two names, though they are pretty much popular with investors, their overall profitability cycle of the business cycle is slightly more dynamic. So those who have that appetite, I think they can go for those names.
Okay, understood that. Well, thank you so much, Hemang, for being with us on this show and sharing all your viewpoints on the Tata Group stocks as a whole and how do investors really approach this space after this news development too. Let's quickly go on to, finding out one more news point, and that's the CM data that has come about. And in fact, for the month of November, we have seen the sales improving for a whole lot of segments. My colleague Chetan Bhutani is right here to give us all the details of the data points that we've seen on this, especially the SIAM data that has come about. Chetan, over to you. All right, so we'll try and get to Chetan in a bit, but let's quickly look at how the markets are doing at this point in time as well. In case you see the kind of movement that we are seeing on the Nifty Bank, keep an eye out on the Nifty Bank index right here. It's trading at 43,900 or thereabouts, very, very small distance from that 44,000 mark as well. So that's something that you need to keep an eye out on. Although there is a slight decline from the high point of the day, but we did see that 43,900 mark right there, just 100 points away from the 44,000 mark. So that's something that you need to keep an eye out on, because the banks are definitely leading the kind of rally. All right, I guess Chetan is now with us. Chetan, okay, I think we'll just try and wrap up the show right here, because we'll connect to Chetan in a bit. There was some technology issue. Thanks a lot for joining us for this on this special edition and helping us form this idea about how the markets are really performing at this point in time, the Tata Group stocks, how should you be really approaching the stocks at this point in time as well, and how do you look at this IPO as an investment opportunity from here. Thanks a lot for tuning in for this on this edition, and do stay tuned on to Business Today TV for a whole lot more information on markets and from the world of business as well. Many thanks for tuning in.
Art, science, and risk of making money from the markets. It's not about hot tips, but it's about making the right choice. Don't try and time the markets, but invest time in making the right call.
Only with Business Today Television.